This is music, and this is a bunch of skulls for guz69's Skulls project. Reporting for duty, sir. It is finally time for me to do my duty and deliver some skulls to guz69 and his Skulls project. So let's have a look at some skulls. First, more of a mask than an actual skull. Atrophy's violent by nature. Kids are creepy enough as they are. Slap a skull mask on their faces and they become even creepier. I also like how this cover artwork reflects the title, Violent by Nature, very well. Great album. Do check it out if you like thrash metal. Up next, you got two ladies admiring a black rose. Maybe they're having a romantic moment. They're drinking tea or coffee at an outdoor cafe table in the evening with the moon in the background. Zoom out, and it's one of these Skulls illusions. This is Band-Maid's Just Bring It. I mean, I like the artwork in itself, but this artwork also perfectly captures the entire concept of Band-Maid. The tension between their edgy, hard-rocking, still very melodic music, and then the kind of kawaii nature of their costumes and all that stuff. It's one of my favorite bands. They're worth checking out if you like modern hard rock. A little bit different here. One-Eyed Willie. He is a skull. This is from the movie The Goonies. A movie I loved growing up. Still love it. This is from a pivotal moment in the movie. Spoiler alert. When they find One-Eyed Willie's treasure and they find One-Eyed Willie himself. Also, One-Eyed Willie. Is that a pervy pun inserted into a kid's movie by a pervy producer? Up next, also kind of different. Death, Individual Thought Patterns. Another one of my favorite bands of all time. You got two skulls here. Of course, you have the one that's part of the logo. But the one I'm interested in is this kind of X-ray skull seen from the back. That's just a little bit different. So that's why I included it. Also one of my favorite bands, one of my favorite albums. Up next, Heart Attack, Human Hell. This one was recently reissued, I think, on Back on Black. This is an OG with the famous hype sticker. Anyways, I just like this because it's kind of a street skull. It looks like it could be some, I don't know, a mirror universe Banksy, creating this. It's just cool. The music is crossover thrash and it's pretty good too. Up next, representing my hood, Merciful Fate, Melissa. This just looks awesome. It's a great album too. I included this because it took me years to figure out that this was actually a skull. When I was a kid, and sometimes I would go and pick this one up at the local music library, I never really was able to wrap my head around King Diamond's vocals until much later. But I never figured out that this was a skull, but obviously it is. It's a classic album. Definitely worth checking out if you like just straight up heavy metal. The next one, School of Violence, We the People. I think this is very cool because you have this kind of zoom out effect, and obviously I think it's kind of an academic version of the Grim Reaper. But I like this kind of zoom out, almost like comic book effect, and it's just a cool skull. Crossover thrash, fantastic album. Worth checking out if you like crossover. Up next, this one is just cool. Takashi, Kamikaze Killers. They're not a Japanese band as far as I know, but they kind of borrow that aesthetic a little bit. Just a cool sculpted skull of some sort. Just looks cool. I like it. The next one is, again, one of those kind of different skulls. This is Dimension Hatras by Voivod. I would argue that this is kind of a Cyberskull, isn't it? I think it is. So there you go. Fantastic album too. Fantastic band. Legendary thrash metal, progressive metal band for sure. And up last, of course, the ZnöWhite Skull. I think it's airbrushed. It looks cool. Cool music too. Female fronted thrash. So there you go. A bunch of skulls for guz69 and his Skulls project. So there you go. I hope you could use some of these, maybe all of them. Check out guz69's channels too. Thanks for watching.